Farrah Storr, The Discomfort Zone, How to Get What You Want by Living Fearlessly. Welcome to a transformative journey with The Discomfort Zone, How to Get What You Want by Living Fearlessly by Farrah Storr. In this exploration, you'll learn the power of resilience when it comes to dealing with obstacles, understanding the positive change that can come from processing trauma, overcoming the desire for perfection, and embracing creativity through constraints. Additionally, the book offers insight on thriving professionally through feedback, being open to failure, and improving your hustle using reciprocity. So, buckle up for an insightful ride as we delve into the concepts of overcoming fears, taking risks, and embracing the discomfort zone to unleash your full potential.
Overcoming obstacles. Eric Underwood was an exceptional dancer who achieved great success despite being a late starter. He wanted to escape his troubled upbringing, and although he initially failed his audition for a local performing arts school, he didn't give up. Instead, he switched to ballet, landed a place, and went on to perform with the American Ballet Theatre and London's Royal Ballet. Underwood's story highlights the importance of being resilient and finding alternative routes to our goals when faced with obstacles. In contrast, those who avoid obstacles, blame external factors, or create their own mini-obstacles limit their potential. Understanding our own reactions to challenges can help us develop the resilience to navigate them and achieve our aspirations. Finding meaning in trauma. Sajda Mogul's experience of post-traumatic growth teaches that processing trauma thoroughly can bring positive change into our lives. Sajda Mogul experienced a traumatic event on July 7, 2005, when she was caught up in a bomb attack on a London Underground train. The incident changed her life, inspiring her to establish a charity that talks to young people on the verge of radicalization. Mogul's experience demonstrates that processing our traumas thoroughly can bring positive change into our lives. A phenomenon known as post-traumatic growth identified by scientists Richard Tedeschi and Lawrence Calhoun refers to how trauma can inspire positive outcomes. Typically, trauma is viewed negatively, but there is more than that. Trauma can encourage individuals to find meaning in their lives, leading to personal development and a sense of fulfillment. Mogul found herself asking why the young men behind the attacks became terrorists, leading her to prevent another attack by establishing a charity focused on young people's education. The first strategy to process traumatic events is to acknowledge and explore what happened, which can be achieved through journaling or talking about the incident. Although this might involve revisiting past pain, it can ultimately contribute to healing. The next strategy is to contextualize the traumatic event by asking why it occurred. The process of asking such questions can enable the event to be put within a broader context. Thus, the lesson to be learned from this is that we can find personal growth from trauma, and turning tragedy into something meaningful can help us heal. Overcoming social pressure. Social pressure is a natural desire to be liked that often cripples us, causing us to exhaust ourselves trying to be perfect or not try anything new for fear of failure. To reach our full potential, we must let go of the need to be perfect. This can be achieved by firstly, putting our faith in scientific research, which shows that others think about us less than we think. Secondly, we can overcome social perfection by owning our fears and sharing them with trustworthy friends. Doing so will make us feel less alone and empowered to tackle our fears, leading us to discover the full extent of our capabilities. Pizza turnaround success. In the book, the pizza turnaround success story is used to illustrate the importance of feedback. The story centers around the CEO of Domino's, Patrick Doyle, who recorded and aired customers' negative feedback on their pizza. The move was risky, but with a new recipe and implementation of feedback, customers loved the new pizzas, and sales skyrocketed. Regular feedback is essential for personal and professional growth, and finding a care coach, someone who knows you both personally and professionally, can help you identify what areas to improve. To achieve goals, providing feedback and receiving it can be uncomfortable, but creating a safe, comfortable environment, committing to a regular meeting schedule, and showing appreciation for the coach's guidance can go a long way. Creativity through constraints. The book highlights the benefits of experiencing discomfort and limitations in becoming more creative and productive. From Steven Spielberg's famous shark scene in Jaws, to the Impressionists' brushstroke techniques, and even Apple's quick production of the iPod and Tinder's speedy creation, the author argues that restrictions can prompt ingenuity and activate big-picture thinking. Having too much freedom can actually inhibit creativity, according to researchers at the University of Amsterdam. The study found that constraints increase engagement levels and help generate ideas. Therefore, to reinvigorate a floundering project, it's important to introduce restrictions such as tightening deadlines, reducing resources, and setting strict parameters to force oneself to trust instincts and get the job done. The power of smart failure. Have you ever wondered why cosmetic brands always have limited edition products? They use them to test the market before deciding whether to launch a product permanently. Smart failure is the key to success. Failure happens when we venture into uncharted territory. Unfortunately, in Western culture, we don't differentiate between smart and careless failure. To avoid blaming others for our failure, we must learn to pick apart our failures and identify what went wrong and why. This way, we gain wisdom that will guide us in our next attempt, ensuring our success. Mastering the art of hustling with reciprocity. Hustling is uncomfortable for many, but it can be transformed into a gesture of help through reciprocity. This book reveals how to ease discomfort and make a mutually beneficial pitch, using examples from Steve Jobs and Sarah Blakely's strategies. The secret lies in identifying and offering something of value to your target to transform your request into a favor. This summary suggests ways to prepare yourself, be clear about your ask, and frame your offer positively to come across as generous instead of a street hustler.
In conclusion, Storr's The Discomfort Zone has taken you on a journey of self-discovery and overcoming obstacles to reach your true potential. The book teaches us valuable lessons, including understanding resilience, embracing constraints, overcoming the need for perfection, processing trauma for growth, and thriving professionally through feedback. By embracing discomfort, letting go of the fear of failure, and fostering creative thinking, we can unlock our greatest strengths and abilities. It is our hope that you carry these powerful insights forward and apply them in your own life to help you embark on a path of personal and professional success, and ultimately live fearlessly.